As Kerala moves closer to the 2026 Assembly elections, the political debate is shifting. This is no longer only about who forms the next government. It is about the direction of the state's institutions. For decades, Kerala has operated within a stable bipolar framework. The Congress-led United Democratic Front and the Left Democratic Front alternating in power. Breaking the rhythm only once in last election when LDF got a second term in a row. That predictability created ideological clarity. Today, that clarity appears under strain. In 2022, the Union government banned the Popular Front of India under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. The National Investigation Agency carried out coordinated raids across several states. Kerala recorded one of the highest numbers of arrests, indicating the organization's operational footprint. The ban remains under statutory review. Cases are ongoing before special courts. Court filings later refer to documents titled Vision 2047. Investigators allege these documents outlined long-term objectives, structured recruitment, outreach in educational spaces, and gradual institutional influence. In June 2025, the NIA submitted an affidavit before a special court in Kochi. It referenced another seized document titled India 2047 Towards Rule of Islam in India. According to the agency, the document described a phased strategy aimed at reshaping India's constitutional framework by the centenary of independence. These claims remain part of an ongoing prosecution. They are subject to judicial determination. But the reference to 2047 has already entered the political conversation. Investigators interpret it as evidence of planning beyond electoral cycles. And that introduces a larger question: institutional durability. In the 2021 Assembly elections, Congress won 21 seats. The Indian Union Muslim League secured 15. In the Malabar region, the IUML remains central to the UDF's competitiveness. Coalition arithmetic is normal in democracy, but sustained reliance can produce structural consequences. Over time, tactical coordination can evolve into policy accommodation. Recent elections have also seen mobilization linked to the Social Democratic Party of India and networks associated with Jamaat-e-Islami. What was once considered peripheral engagement is now seen as routine coalition behavior. Democracy requires inclusion. The more complex question is whether inclusion gradually shifts policy boundaries. Institutional change rarely happens suddenly. It happens incrementally. The Left Democratic Front has long positioned itself as a secular counterweight. Yet competitive politics often demands tactical flexibility. Kerala's political resilience has historically rested on constitutional confidence, shaped by reformers like Narayana Guru and leaders such as EMS Namboothiri Pad. That legacy built a culture of literacy, rationalism, and institutional reform. The present concern among observers is not dramatic rupture. It is gradual recalibration. In 2021, the Bharatiya Janata Party secured 12.4% of the vote. In 2024, it won its first Lok Sabha seat in Kerala, a symbolic breakthrough. The BJP presents its expansion as a response to what it calls appeasement politics. It argues for constitutional nationalism and uniform legal frameworks. Supporters see clarity. Critics warn of intensified polarization. The debate ultimately is constitutional. It is about how democratic systems respond to organized ideological movements. It is about how mainstream parties balance electoral pragmatism with institutional discipline. Kerala's equilibrium is unlikely to collapse overnight. But institutions evolve through accumulation, not explosion. The 2026 Assembly election will determine more than the composition of the next government. It will test whether electoral strategy strengthens constitutional resilience or gradually alters it. And that is the central question before Kerala.